Salutations everyone, this is Razor here giving you guys some more Mass Effect 3 multiplayer gameplay where today I am tackling the Battlefield 3 human soldier here with the Cerberus Harrier 1 stability mods. And sorry about like the mistakes that I made in my first Mass Effect multiplayer commentary. I was still learning some stuff, so I said some things that were incorrect and I left some stuff out, but I feel like I'm better now. I feel like I'm no longer a noob. I know everything in this game that they really should know, and I've, developed some strategies, bulked up a lot of classes. I haven't unlocked a lot of good weapons yet. This Cerberus Harrier is still rank 1. I really don't have very many weapons that are above rank 1. I haven't even unlocked probably even half of the guns in the game because there's a lot. So if that's something that you enjoy, that's something you should definitely check out in this game. So I'm using the Battlefield 3 Soldier here, which you don't see anybody use that's not like an uber noob. Because first of all, the Soldier class is, pretty crappy, pretty simple, no biotics, nothing special about it, so you don't see many people using it anyway. But when you do, it's one of the like later unlocks, like the Vorcha, the Batarian, and you hardly ever see any human or hell even Turian soldiers. Unless they're just starting out the game, you see a lot of really low levels, and I thought that I'd be the lowest level out there because I'm playing this game a year late. But it turns out there are people that are starting even later than I am, which is okay, it's always welcome the new people to an awesome game, and if you guys haven't tried it yet, I would definitely suggest it. It's really easy to get into. You can max someone out to level 20 in just a few hours. And level 3, or the Battlefield 3 Soldier is a character that we all have. Like, remember in Battlefield 3, there's the Mass Effect 3 tags? Well, in here, there's a Battlefield 3 Soldier. As you can see, the left side of him is like glowy orange, like on the cover of Battlefield 3. So, little EA tie-in. And as you can see, this is the main weakness of the Cerberus Harrier here. It has only 100 base ammo. I don't have any ammo mods, so it's not gonna last you very long, especially for these hacking objectives that last long, that are nowhere near ammo crates. You're gonna be in for a world of hurt if you get swarmed, but it shouldn't be too bad. Just rely on your carnage. When it comes to like the soldiers, I don't have any of the higher ranked ones. I mean, I do have the Turian, but I haven't spec'd him out to my liking yet. So that video will come later. But the base, like basic human male and female soldiers are pretty crappy. They get you concussion shot and frag grenade and adrenaline rush. And adrenaline rush, I couldn't think of a more useless uh, ability. So on all the soldiers, just don't bother with adrenaline rush. It's really useless. And concussion shot is pretty shitty anyway. So just rely on your frag grenades. You'll get kill streaks like nobody's business. See, I got 1 kill streak right there. If you don't get at least 2 kill streaks, you're probably doing something wrong. And I did only get 1 in this game, I believe. But this is a really good map for like Battlefield 3 Soldier, because you really want to rely on your frag grenades. You want to spec those out to give you the best, highest damage as possible. I got a Warfighter equipment mod, so I get 6+ base damage to my assault rifles, plus an extra grenade. I also have the grenade equipment gear, but that's only for 1 as well, so this way I at least get a higher assault rifle damage. And let me talk about this Cerberus Harrier here for a second. It's actually a really good assault rifle. I know not a lot of people use the assault rifles because there's, adepts with shotguns do very well, or like Hurricane or Tempest SMGs will do very well. Or if you want really low cooldown, just go with like a heavy pistol or something. So the assault rifles don't get a lot of love, but this is a class that any low-level person can use. Just rely on your grenades to get most of your kills. But the Cerberus Harrier, I was just trying it out. It's not the best assault rifle in the world, but I don't have them all unlocked yet. and the ones that I do are pretty low levels, so they're not up to their full capacity. But the Cerberus Harrier, like I said, it's not gonna do you any favors with its ammo capacity. Only has 100 base rounds. But it's got really good accuracy. This thing hits like a ton of bricks. It does a lot of damage, especially to the head. If you can catch a cannibal, which have like baby soft heads, you'll kill those things in 2 or 3 shots to the face. Does a crap ton of damage, but you really want to rely on your grenades for AoE damage and crowd control. Just get them as they spawn, especially with the Geth. As you know, the Geth, they like to huddle together a lot. So you can get kill streaks for days if you're handling the Geth with this guy. But he's really useful for, facing any enemy on any maps. They work for the small maps because those will help the grenades. The big maps with longer lines of sight, grenades will also be a viable option, as well as this Cerberus Harrier, which I don't really see many people use. I don't see people use assault rifles much anyways, like I said, but the Cerberus Harrier is not something that should be overlooked. I have the stability dampener level 2 here to help me out a little bit. But this thing is pretty damn accurate. That's just the only attachment that I have for assault rifles right now, unfortunately. But this thing hits like a ton of bricks, and it's fairly accurate. It's very accurate, especially if you fire it in burst, fire it like a semi-auto. See, this is what you do here. Just find out where they're spawning, test 1 or 2 frags. It'll pretty much get any non-boss AI out of there pretty quickly. And with Carnage, which is, not very useful in that of itself, it is, useful against taking out armors for like Atlases or Banshees and the like. So that's somewhat useful, but really I use Carnage's main benefit is just as a stagger for between reloads. So if you're taking out, say, like a Marauder or a Centurion or Cannibal, what have you, fire your Harrier into them, Carnage them to give them a stagger, gives you a chance to reload, maybe grab some ammo, and then fire away at again. And by the time you get their shields or barriers down, you just hit them with a couple of frag grenades, and they'll be over with. This Battlefield 3 Soldier, with its Carnage and those frag grenades all the way spec'd out for armor damage, it'll eat through armor like nobody's business. It'll just like eat right through that thing like a hot knife through butter. This thing takes care of brutes like nobody's business. It's not even fun. You can single-handedly take out a couple of brutes. Just hit them with the Carnage to stagger them, and then throw 2 grenades, finish them off with your assault rifle, and they'll be donezo. At least in bronze. I would be playing silver, but it's kind of difficult to get teammates to know what they're doing. And also, I don't have like a high level enough weapon to totally carry, like say a 2 or 3 man team in silver. But this setup can easily be done in silver if you have someone useful helping you. It's not going to be great for any solo runs, at least until you can get some higher level weapons here. But this thing with the grenade spec'd out does massive AoE damage, just great for crowd control. Be sure to always stay close to ammo so you can keep rolling for filling those grenades, as well as your Cerberus Harrier, which runs out really quickly, but this thing hits really well, and it's very accurate, especially if you fire it in bursts. It's one of the few guns that can take out a Guardian without any like armor piercing mods or anything. Like a sniper rifle will take care of a Guardian no problem, or anything with armor piercing to shoot right through it. But with the Cerberus Harrier, you can just burst fire, mail slot those things across the map. That's all you got. You just burst fire that thing right through the mail slot, and those Guardians will not be any trouble to anybody. So just be sure to maximize use of grenades. Don't be stingy with those things. Like I know I was in the campaign. I mean, with Shepard, he's got some pretty useless stuff if you go the traditional vanilla routes. The concussion shot isn't really going to do much, and I was really frugal with my frag grenades because I never knew when I would use them. But here, just throw those things wild at abandon. Throw them like you don't even want them, and those things will they'll take out pretty much anything. The one thing that the Battlefield 3 Soldier will have trouble against is shields. So say Centurions can be a bitch. Or, might need some help taking out a turret until you get it to the armor. Then you can just Carnage that thing to death and just take it out. no big deal. But when it comes to barriers and shields, Battlefield 3 Soldier is going to need a little bit of help because it's got nothing to take down shields. It's got no shield debuffs. Things really only good for crowd control, AoE damage, and taking out armored boss units like Ravagers here. Just don't stand a chance if you chuck a couple of grenades. They'll also take care of those pesky swarmers, as you can see me get right there. And this Cerberus Harrier is pretty damn useful, and would be one of my favorite guns if it weren't for the lack of ammo. But once I get some ammo mods in there, it'll be up there, especially when you get this thing upgraded, which I think should be pretty easy to do because I think it's only an uncommon weapon. I think if that, I'm not too sure, but I know it's not a rare because this was one of the first assault rifles that I did unlock, and it's very useful. The only downside is that lack of ammo capacity, which should be mitigated the more and more you play this game, the more mods and stuff you get. But with this setup, you're going to want to be close to ammo packs anyway, so you can keep refilling those grenades. I got 5 here once you spec it all the way out to a max 4 capacity, and I just get the 5th one with my equipment gear. It's it does a boatload of damage. You can take out pretty much any boss single-handedly. The Banshees are a bit of a bitch because of the teleports that they got, so they're kind of hard to hit. They're also pretty skinny. And Phantoms are going to be a bitch as well. The more mobile the boss, then the more trouble it's going to give you. But like I said, Brute's big and slow. You can take those things out. Carnage, frag grenade, finish it off with your Harrier. It's going to be no problem. But the main benefit of this class is just massive AoE damage, crowd control against minions. It can take out most bosses, but others like Banshees, you're definitely going to need some help with. But this Harrier does, like I said, it hits like a ton of bricks. Very accurate. Good for that headshot bonus multiplier that you get when you fully spec out the Soldier to do maximum weapon damage, which is what you're going to want to do with a Soldier regardless of the class. Especially the Turian, which is something that I don't see many people use, and I'll be trying to get a gameplay with that sometime soon. I just gotta reset its powers or something. I don't like the way I have it spec'd out right now, so maybe I'll promote it or something and give you guys that. But this is just an introductory class. Everyone has this, and it works well with an Avenger too, which everyone has. But the Cerberus Harrier I thought I'd showcase as well as Battlefield 3 Soldier. But most people that use this, well, everyone that I've seen use this class is just an uber noober who doesn't know what he's doing. And this is to show that you can use the Battlefield 3 Soldier to some effect. I know it is on bronze, which, you know, you can do well with anything. But this thing holds up in silver. I can definitely use this thing well in silver as well. It's just getting useful teammates. That's the hard part. But just, you know, spam grenades like that you would with anybody. And those frag grenades may not be the best grenades in many people's eyes, but they can still do some massive damage, especially against large crowded groups, especially the Geth, which like to stay together. It'll take out, you know, quad cannibals and husk like nobody's business, and is just really really underestimated because you only see people use this weapon when they really have nothing better to do. But it is a viable option outside of it being a beginner class, but everyone always has the Battlefield 3 character available, so you know, it's fairly useful in its own right. You don't have to go with anything else in order to be successful on bronze or silver, really. So just going to show you my specs out here for the Battlefield 3 Soldier. Not the best class, not the best soldier, but it's doable. It's doable. Carnage isn't a lot, but it's good for a nice, quick, easy stagger. Get 75 kills. You're gonna probably do a lot of your kills, maybe even most of your kills with those frag grenades, especially if you can get them out of their spawn with that massive AoE damage that they can do. But it's not uncommon to get 75 kills with that Cerberus Harrier if you can keep reloading. So just show you got Cerberus Harrier 1 with a stability dampener 2, Warfighter package 2. Show you my spec out. Leave Adrenaline Rush alone, it's useless. Spec out Carnage for massive damage. Pretty simple. frag grenades as well. You want to increase your capacity and damage to armor as much as possible. Pretty simple weapon damage, which is you're going to want to do with every soldier, I would think. And the shields, of course, because this thing doesn't have much shields or health to speak of. Not perfect, but not a piece of shit either. Useful. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.